Hello, good people of the internet. We have to realize that nobody gives a fuck about our feelings. If we are actually going to save the Atlantic salmon, the wild Atlantic salmon, we have to put up a fight. We have to stop the sea pen farming, the ocean farming of salmon. That is the only way to make the future secure for the Atlantic salmon. What you can do is you can like this video. Please comment if you have any questions or if you want to share something. That puts it higher in the algorithm, so the message is able to spread further. So please like and comment on this video.
Okay guys, this is the perfect scenery, but we have the fucking fish farming sea cages or sea nets out there. I'm a fish farmer or aquaculturist by profession, or I used to be. I'm educated or a graduated fish farmer. I used to work in this business for a few years, 6 or 7 years or something. I know a little bit about it. This is basically the same thing happening as when we introduced the mink. These fish are definitely gonna escape. These fish are definitely gonna escape.
These fish are definitely gonna escape.
So it is just both terrible looking at this, killing off the wild fish in the rivers with all the chemicals they're pumping into the cages and what you have. We're gonna regret this for generations when the wild fish is gone, or the numbers will drop. That just happens everywhere. We know it will happen, so fuck you and stop fish farming. Land-based fish farming I'm definitely okay with.
Hello, good people of the internet. My name is Pétur, or Peter if you will. I'm the owner of Icelandic Elements. I want to use my platform that I have here, my YouTube channel, to talk about a very important thing. This thing is the mixing of the Icelandic wild salmon and the farmed salmon that they are farming around the coastline or in the fjords here in Iceland. A big part of the country does want to stop sea farming, that is. So now there is a movement here and the fight has started, and we are gonna stop farming salmon around Iceland. Please watch the video to the end and let's go over these things together. So all the rivers have an individual special stock of salmon that always goes back to the same river. So every river system has a special DNA or a special stock of salmon. Earlier this summer we had many thousands of farmed salmon that escaped from one sea pen, and they are now, right now, as I'm making this video, mixing in with the Icelandic spawning salmon. And what happens when this does happen is that the DNA are gonna mix, and we are gonna have natural fish breeding with salmon that has been, farm raised for many generations, where they are getting the biggest fish that grow the fastest, that go into, spawning mode very lately, so they can eat longer and grow bigger in a shorter amount of time. And out of this mix, you're gonna have individuals that are not fit to go back to the same river, and this is gonna get everything mixed up, and the fish are not gonna be as likely to reproduce with good results. Everywhere where this has been tried, Norway, Scotland, to name a few countries, the natural fish in the areas they have been sea farming, their numbers have plummeted, and the situation is very bad everywhere. So I was invited to join in on a hunt for the farmed salmon in the rivers in the West Fjords. And as soon as I saw the opportunity or got the opportunity to go, I of course went to do my part and document the situation. So we were using drones, basically everything we could to locate the fish or try to find them. But it's no easy task finding farmed fish in a long river. They can basically be everywhere. The main thing is when the money train leaves the platform and the politicians jump on board, it is really hard to stop it. But now we absolutely have to stop this farming in the ocean. I'm at least not gonna be okay with myself if I don't put up a fight, because future generations, they will never forgive us if we don't stop this. It was an interesting atmosphere in the fishing lot that night. We were going over the gear. We were gonna be able to use spoons, huge triple hooks to foul hook the farmed salmon if we needed to. Usually you're only allowed to use flies and fly rods while fishing for salmon in Iceland. The next morning when we woke up, we came up with a plan. We divided us between the areas and went on searching. It worked out in the way that we spotted a few farmed salmon, but we were not able to catch them until later that night. Then Brynjar and Elias spotted a few fish where we had a chance to net them. So Felix, one of the guys who came on this trip, he was able to net a farmed salmon in the river. I'm pretty sure if it was a wild fish, you wouldn't be able to net it so easily. But it worked out and we caught this one fish. So you're able to tell the difference between a wild salmon and a farmed salmon. The first thing you notice are the fins. The fins are usually damaged, torn up, while the wild fish has more perfect looking fins. Another thing you see pretty often are the eaten faces of the farmed salmon. So the sea lice, they feast on the fish. They can't escape it because they're locked in the pen. So the numbers of lice multiply, the sea lice, and they eat the flesh of the fish. I sometimes imagine if people would walk into, let's say, a chicken's farm where they're raising chickens, and the chickens would be running around with their faces or their heads half eaten by a pesticide. People would go absolutely berserk over it. But since they don't really see the salmon because it's under the surface, it's like the average Joe just doesn't give a, fuck about the fish. But if it was a land-based animal, people would go crazy if they would see conditions like the salmon is raised in. So the next morning we were trying our best to find more fish, and we did, but we were not able to catch them. But the boys went on after I left and checked out more rivers where they found multiple farmed salmon in other rivers in the area. The fight is real, guys. So what you can do to help the cause, you can, as I said in the beginning, like and comment on the video. That helps it, lifts it up in the algorithm, so more people are gonna see it. You can stop eating farmed Atlantic salmon, sea farmed that is. So yeah, there are a few things you can do. You can also, if you're interested, donate a little money to either NASF, North Atlantic Salmon Fund, or the Icelandic Wildlife Fund. I will leave a link to those funds in the description of the video. So yeah, let's continue as I say. As I said in the beginning of the video, nobody gives a fuck about our feelings. Nobody cares if we're sharing Facebook posts or if we are talking about this there. We have to put up a fight. Maybe we have to remember what our brothers and sisters up in Mývatnsveit did some decades ago, where they actually blew off the dam with dynamite they stole from the contractors. I have a feeling we have to do something similar. We really have to take drastic measures if we're going to stop the money train. The politicians, as I say, are already on board, But let's continue and stop fish farming once and for all in the ocean. It cannot work, it cannot go hand in hand with nature. So now when I'm making this video, there are around or over 400 salmon that have been caught by volunteers, by divers, fishermen in over 40 rivers in Iceland. So there are going to be some mixing of the DNA this season, definitely. These are terrible things that are happening with the, as I always thought, unspoiled Icelandic nature, but things are changing in front of our eyes now. We have to stop farming salmon in the ocean.
Stál og nýfur merki mitt merki fara, verka manna. Þitt var mitt og mitt var þitt en ég bjó á